Good evening and welcome to coverage of Season 5 of the Club Series here on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live. Rounds 13 and 14 coming to you from the Virginia International Raceway. Hello, I'm Paul Smith, alongside me is Adam Bath with Samuli Kumo on the cameras for you tonight. And, well, we're starting to get down into the business end of the season now. Just 4 more weeks to go in this championship. We've got these 2 races tonight. There's Spa-Francorchamps next week, Imola, and then finally rounding off at the traditional venue of the finale at Donington Park around the national circuit there. But certainly this championship is getting more and more intriguing as we go along here. And Adam, you know, we saw last week Oran Park. It was the first time we'd raced around there. An excellent first race and then a bit of a chaotic second race there, but well, 2 deserving winners in Diogo Melro and Tom Stanley.
Yeah, Tom Stanley being one of the few survivors, I think, from that Oran Park second race. Plenty of crashes there. Really made up for the fact that race 1 was relatively calm. Well, we're at Virginia now. Not too much in the form of runoff here. There is a whole lot of grass, but that doesn't seem to slow these Kia Optimas down too much from remembering previous race meetings. So it's another great track to race on, and it's very long as well, 5.26 kilometers, so they're going to have plenty of corners to negotiate, and we'll see who comes out on top over the next 2 20-minute races. Yeah,
absolutely. 20 corners in total for them to work their way around here. We're just in qualifying at the moment. Diogo Melro at the top of the leaderboard, with Adam Hadfield second and Sam Reed in third. At the moment, that's the top 3 in qualifying so far. But well, looking at that championship, as we say, we're starting to get in towards the business end of the season, and certainly a distinct breakaway happening at the top of the driver's standings this season.
Yeah, Diogo Melro and Matt Bunn, 24 points between them. It wasn't a good race meeting at Oran Park for Matt Bunn, hence why he's dropped down a position into second in the standings. But yeah, Michael Hall, 73 points behind Diogo Melro. So he needs to make sure that he gets as close as he can to those 2 after this race meeting, otherwise he might be cut adrift. Piers Pryor, even further back, a good 100 points behind those 3. And then Ben Gregory in 5th. 6th is Alex Everett. Scott Malcolm, highest tier 2 driver, is in 7th, with Tom Stanley in 8th. And then joint 9th, we've got Ian Roskell and Tristan Bodis. So very close there between the 2 GBR Brit modeler cars. Over in the tier 2 standings, Scott Malcolm and Tristan Bodis, 36 points apart. Max Wright is in 3rd, with Andrew Woodhouse now down 3 positions into 4th place, 90 points back. Sean Gardner in 5th, 6th Jim Flanagan, 1 point behind him is Stuart McFadden, 8th Ben Ward, Perry Warburton, 9th Neil Rocks, and in 10th it is Mark Woodhouse, who is also racing in the BSRTC Pro Series the last few weeks. Over in the team standings then, CQR lead Team Mad by 192 points, 410 behind CQR's Automech Academy, with Club 73 with Nitro helmets in 5th, 22 points behind Automech. And Radical Racing UK are in 5th, with GBR Brit Modeler in 6th, GVR in 7th, with Club 73 with Hive Hill Motorcycles in 8th, Team Dial-Up in 9th, 10th Booster Motorsports, Kunstvoller Subaru for You in 11th, with Isle of Base Automech 12th, and GBR Too Old to Play in 13th, with Electric Motorsports still in 14th.
Yeah, so that's the standings as we go into this week's races, and well, we touched on the track. It is a distinctive track as this one. Really technical start to the lap there as you go through the horseshoe and through NASCAR Bend and left hook, and that really tight corners around there, so really difficult to negotiate through there. But then you've got a series of really high speed S's corners as you head towards the oak tree, which is the right hander before the long back straight there. And then at the end of the lap you've got the final roller coaster section. It goes downhill through the right hander, down through the double left, and then the right again as you go on to the main pit straight once again. So it is a tale of basically of 2 different tracks here, with some really high speed stuff. So you're going to have a lot of slipstreaming going on, especially down that back straight, Adam.
Yeah, it's very, very long back straight, and I've seen plenty of incidents there in previous years in the BSRTC Pro Series. I remember a quarter panel situation, I think, between Laura Bond and someone else, which caused a bit of an incident there. But yeah, the time twisty section at the beginning, then we've got the fast flowing S's, then the hairpin at Oak Tree Bend. It's a brilliant corner to set a fellow competitor up on. And yeah, we've got the final downhill section at the end, which it seems to be trickier than it looks. We've seen plenty of drivers go off there as well, so many trouble spots here at this Virginia International Raceway.
Absolutely. Just looking at qualifying at the moment then, with about 3.25 minutes left in qualifying here, and it is Diogo Melro who's currently sitting atop of the pile at the moment with a 1:53.182. Adam Hatfield then is in second place, showing some really good pace around here this week, with Sam Reed in third. I wonder if Adam is quite buoyed about having his win in the third and final race of the World Series last night, which of course was all here on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live as well. Jeroen Kaiser is in fourth with Michael Hall just behind him in fifth. Alex Everett, 6th place with Ian Roskell 7th, Lewis Bibby is in 8th with Pete Newman 9th, and Piers Pryor, usually the king of qualifying, I think he's lost his touch a little bit, Adam, because he's down in 10th place at the moment.
Yeah, we haven't seen Piers Pryor hitting the heights as we did last season, 10th at the moment. He has still got enough time to set a lap. He's just started a flying lap now, I do believe, so we'll see if he can improve on his personal best time of 1:53.762. He's only 6/10 of a second away from Diogo Melro, so if he finds a bit of time somewhere, he might be able to leap up a few rows. So we'll see if he can do that in a few moments.
Yeah, certainly. He's just working his way through turns 6 and 6A there, through those S's, and then we come to these S's now, 7, 8 and 9. You just look at the speed that you carry through these, cut as much of the course as you can without getting a penalty, but misses that final apex there, compromises then his entry into South Bend, so he's going to lost a little bit of time, maybe a 10th or so there, and then into 11, this right-hander before getting on the brakes for Oak Tree, this tight right-hander onto the back straight. And now it's just a case of get your foot on the throttle and maybe read a newspaper or something as you head down there, because it is a long straight, and it's all about carrying that speed from Oak Tree down towards the roller coaster, Adam.
Yeah, roller coaster, great way to end the lap. 242 kilometers per hour. Piers Pryor was hitting there just before he hit the brakes, and you've got to get the car stopped for this tricky section to end the lap, plunging downhill, and now into this quick flick left and right to end the lap, and then we build up through the speed. Piers Pryor, who had a few issues last week at Oran Park from memory, especially in race 2. Out the final corner he comes, onto the pit straight he goes, times his personal best 1:53.762, and across the line he goes and does a 1:55.155, so 2 seconds slower than his personal best. He still has time just to do one more lap.
Yep, we're into the final 30 seconds of qualifying here, and well, people out on track at the moment. Diogo Melro is out still on track, but he's on the grass there, so he won't be making another lap here. Adam Hadfield, Sam Reed and Jeroen Kaiser. Jeroen Kaiser just completed the lap and actually gone second place. Pete Newman, right behind him, using the draft there, is up into third place. So really good jump for those two there. Let's see who else. Michael Hall, he's just gone across the line, but he's just completed a lap that's, well, let's have a look here.
Just slower.
Just slower than his best time. And well, Alex Everett's in the pit. Really, there's not many people actually out on track at the moment here who are on hot laps. Matt Bunn is one, actually. He's down in 11th place, so championship rival on pole position at the moment. Matt really needs to pull one out of the bag here. He needs to really work his magic.
I don't think he can. I think he's crossed the line in time. We'll see if that's true or not, but yeah, 1:53.786, 6,000ths of a second slower than his personal best. From my understanding, I think he has already crossed the line, so we'll see if that's correct or not. But Piers Pryor going down the roller coaster section one more time. Look at the car, way out of shape, and he's not going to make the corner. So that is his qualifying over, and collects the wall for good measure as well. So Piers Pryor will definitely be starting in 10th place.
Well, unless Matt Bunn's getting a little bit more practice in, he's still on it. He's still on a lap here, so he could end up improving his time. His teammate Michael Hall got out of the way a little bit earlier, just after South Bend. And going down the back straight now, Matt Bunn, it's just gaining more and more speed. He's got the slipstream of the car in front as well. And into the roller coaster they go now. You plunge downhill. It really is a steep downhill section there. You've got to hook your car, the inside wheel over the edge of the curb there to help pull the car around. And Bunn around the last corner. He's compromised a little bit on the entry there. He's going to come across the line, so he did actually start the lap there, Adam. And we'll see how he does as he comes across the line. Will he improve? And the answer is yes, he does.
Oh.
He moves up into 7th. So good lap time there from Matt. In the end there, Stuart McFadden it was who was just ahead of him. And I do believe that is everybody who has set lap time. So why don't you take us through our starting grid then?
Oh, way to make me look stupid, Matt Bunn. Well, brilliant lap time anyway. Diogo Melrose on the pole position with his teammate Jerome Kaiser alongside him on the front row. So, Team Mad, brilliant qualifying from them. Pete Newman will start in 3rd with Adam Hadfield in 4th. 5th, Sam Reed. 6th, Michael Hall. 7th, Matt Bunn. So, the second in the championship man is relatively close to Diogo Melrose, but not as close as he'd be liking. Alex Everett in 8th. Ian Roskell in 9th and Lewis Bibby in 10th. Piers Pryor, for so long the king of pole positions and king of race 1 wins, will be starting in 11th place instead of 1st, so add another 1 to that. Sean Gardner in 12th, Stuart McFadden in 13th, Clinton Bell in 14th. Chris Wood was second fastest in practice with a 52.9, was a whole second slower than that in qualifying, so he'll be starting in 15th. 16th for Ben Gregory, 17th Max Wright, 18th Stephen Baxter, 19th Ben Hackerson and 20th Andrew Whitehead. 21st Jason Rowe, 22nd Perry Warburton, 23rd for James Leggett, Andrew Woodhouse starting in 24th place. We can tell he's gradually learning the circuit, 2 seconds quicker than his practice time. Lyndon Swaby in 25th, Dan Blake 26th, Tristan Bodis in 27th, Mark Woodhouse is in 28th place, David White 29th and Scott Malcolm is in 30th place. Scott Malcolm in the Tier 2 standings, I believe, or possibly not, actually, I've got that wrong.
Yeah, he's leading the Tier 2, yeah.
Yeah, oh, is he? So, Tier 2 leader in 30th place. Jim Flanagan, 31st, 6th in the Tier 2 standings there, so not good qualifying by those two. Rob Graham, 32nd, 33rd, Dale Green, John Roberts, 34th, Neil Rocks, 35th, Chris Urban, 36th, Bill DeCare in 37th, and the cars that didn't set a lap time in qualifying. We have Ben Warburton starting in 38th, Ethan McColgan in 39th and Alan Brown in 40th, so 40 car grid here.
Yeah, nice big grid here for a long circuit, and at least on a circuit like this, you can have the field spread out a little bit, so it's not so tight and frenetic. So hopefully, incidents will be kept to a minimum here. We're just waiting for the last few cars to grid up here, and Adam, that first corner, it can catch a few people out at the start.
Yeah, it catches drivers out throughout the entire race. I think that in the BSRTC Pro Series, we had Ash Shutton going for an overtaking move on the final lap of the race, missed his braking point there and went off. And from other races we've had here, we've had crashes away from the line as well, because it filters down and gets a little bit narrow going into the first corner. Here we go.
Yep, so here we go then. 20 minutes in the Club Series, all set here for race 1 of the evening. The green light is on. Away we go from the starts. I don't think somebody did get away from the start. I believe it was a Club 73 car who didn't get a good getaway. But as they go in towards turn 1 then, and it is, let's have a look here, Diogo Melrose, who is battling away with Pete Newman, side by side through turn 1. Newman trying to get a great getaway here, but he's got Jeroen Kaiser now, putting the pressure on, and Jeroen actually makes it through, but Newman going down the inside once again. He'll be trying to get past Jeroen Kaiser, because Jeroen looks to be trying to play a bit of wingman here for Diogo, and here comes Adam Hadfield now, past Newman, a little bit of door banging, and well, they make it through, just make it through there. Everybody else seeming to get going there. Jason Rowe actually has had an incident. He's back up and running now, and John Roberts running right at the back of the field, but we've had an incident. Sean Gardner is turned around. I don't know what happened there. We'll have to have a look at that in a bit, but more action going on, Adam.
Yeah, Ethan McColgan and Neil Rocks, they were just passing the stricken car there, Sean Gardner, and then they themselves came together, so problems for those two already as well.
Yeah, certainly. So, yeah, we've got cars strewn across the track there, as you say, Neil Rocks and Ethan McColgan, but down the back straight, look at this queue of cars going down the back straight, queue of Kias. all the way down here. It is Diogo Melrose in the lead ahead of Jeroen Kaiser, and they're trying to gap out a little bit from Adam Hadfield behind with Pete Newman in 4th. Matt Bunn has made it up into 5th place, a good start from Matt there at the start. Alex Everett is in 6th place with Michael Hall down to 7th place with Lewis Bibby, Ian Roskell and Sam Reid rounding out the top 10 as they go through the final corner. This is called Hogpen as this final corner, and Ian Roskell actually taking off to the grass and into the wall there, so he's had issues going through roller coaster today.
And yeah, he just lost it on the curbs under braking. The car got out of shape, and Ian Roskell into the wall there, and he's rejoined in about 25th place. Yeah,
so dropping down the field, Ian Roskell there, as everybody on the field just nicely just spreading out a little bit now, just drivers trying to get their feet here. Of course, it is quite warm, track temperature 96 degrees Fahrenheit, and especially with these twisty corners here, Adam, you're on hard braking, you're using a lot of throttle in on the exit corners, you're going to burn up those front tyres. The front, your tyre wear on the front is really going to count for a lot around here.
Yeah, we were seeing similar temperatures in the Road Pro Series yesterday at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, and that was having an adverse effect on the McLaren tyres, and yeah, they're going to have an even similar effect in these Kia Optimas, especially towards the latter stages of this race, and some tight corners as well, so they'll be working the tyres even harder, and some big braking zones as well. So this all adds up to the fact that we'll probably have severe tyre issues in the second half of the race, and we're going to see who's going to be able to look after them the best.
Sam Reid under pressure at the moment from Piers Pryor. He made a mistake on the exit of South Bend, and this is giving Piers now the perfect opportunity to get a slipstream here, but they've dropped back from Lewis Bibby in 8th, so there's a bit of a gap now, 2.5 seconds between Bibby and Sam Reid as they head towards roller coaster, and Piers is going to have to stick behind at the moment, and to be honest, I'm surprised about that. I'm surprised that the slipstream isn't a lot stronger than that, because they're all running the same setup, so that rear wing will be causing adverse problems for Sam Reid there at the front of this queue, as Piers Pryor runs wide there on the exit of the final corner.
Yeah, it took a ton of curb. It's not been a brilliant start for Sam Reid. He's lost 4 positions since the start of the race. Rob Graham problems.
Yeah, he's buried in the tyre wall on the exit of the final corner, so he's had major issues there. I'll just find out what happened to him there. In fact, what
got squeezed a bit.
Oh, he got squeezed by 66. Who is that?
James Leggett.
James Leggett. So Leggett, just a little bit of contact between them, got squeezed into the barriers, and he is out, or is back in the pits at the moment, as Perry Warburton. He's running a little bit slow at the moment. He's gone off at turn 1. But out front, Diogo Melrose pulled out a half a second gap then over his teammate Jeroen Kaiser, who, as I say, playing a little bit of wingman today. They're catching up to a little bit of lap traffic here, though. Who is that in front of him? That's Neil Rocks, who just gets out the way. He takes to the grass there. So the leaders all able to make it through. But Adam Hadfield now putting the pressure on Jeroen Kaiser there, but he's coming under pressure as well from Pete Newman as well. Really good battle here for second place.
Yeah, we'll see if we can use the slipstream this time. Onto lap 3, down the straight we go. Pete Newman just not close enough to use it too much to his advantage, but yeah, the top 4 very close together. Problems for Sam Reid. It's just getting worse and worse for him. He's now lost 12 positions from his original starting position. He's in 24th place, and I think he's going to get turned here going into the Oak Tree Bend. No, he doesn't. He loses it on his own. He puts 2 wheels in the grass going into Oak Tree Bend, and has to rescue the car. And yeah, Sam Reid now down to 17th place.
Can tell you also that Dan Blake is battling with Tier 2 Championship leader Scott Malcolm. That's over 20th place at the moment. They've been pretty close all the way through here. Andrew Woodhouse also battling away with Stephen Baxter and Dale Green. And Woodhouse around the outside. He's on the grass. He's managed to hold it around there, which is quite impressive actually there from Andrew, but he's got a bit of damage on the front left-hand corner of his car, so obviously been involved in a few shenanigans earlier on. And Baxter, he's trying to make his way through past Woodhouse, but it is a tough track to overtake at though. There's no denying about that.
Oh my
it's
word!
Not the widest.
No, no, the team dial-up cars have taken each other out, Paul. Who was that just coming out of nowhere? It was Perry Warburton who missed the braking point and slammed into Andrew Woodhouse. And I was just about to say it wouldn't be Andrew Woodhouse without contacts. And yeah, Andrew Woodhouse's look continues to be appalling.
Yeah, it's called doing a Woodhouse, I think, by now. That's Andrew Woodhouse, not Mark, of course. Mark is currently running in 26th place, so he's still running higher up. The Battle of the Woodhouses, not related. But anyway, at the front, there's been a nice bit of a gap now. Melro and Euron have just pulled out a little bit of a gap here over Adam Hadfield, so about 0.8 of a second. So Hadfield and Newman battling away. They are struggling to try and keep up with us Team Mad cars. So Team Mad really working well here today. Matt Bunn under pressure from Alex Everett. He's also got Michael Hall and Lewis Bibbitt in this little train here. That, of course, is the battle for 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. And, well, as I go through roller coaster through Hogpen once again, Everett taking that little bit of a tighter line on the exit of that final corner there, trying to get on the power a little bit earlier.
Clinton Bell and Stuart McFadden about to have a battle. This is over what is, I think, is 10th and 11th as they come across the line. In the slipstream is McFadden. Clinton Bell covering the inside line. Is he going to be able to hold on to the position? No, into the first corner. Up the inside goes McFadden, late on the brakes, and through he goes. So that's McFadden now into 10th place.
Yeah, the Automech driver doing a good job. Moving through the field there into the top 10 now goes Stuart. Perry Warburton, I believe, is in the pits. Yes, he is. So he's had to park it for the time being. Well, you know, it's, I don't know what it is, but I do think that Team Dial-Up team is one of the most unlucky teams on the field here today. They certainly never have any of the luck there. But this battle, as we saw Stuart McFadden getting past Clinton Bell. Now Bell's got Chris Wood, Ben Hackerson and Ben Gregory. So the two Bens and a Chris right behind, all trying to get past him. In fact, Chris Wood got it a little bit wrong through the S's there and had to check up a little bit. And that's going to give the two Bens an opportunity to maybe pounce as they go in towards Oak Tree once again.
Yeah, we've got two Club 73 teams in action here as Clinton Bell closes right up under braking onto the back of Stuart McFadden. Clinton Bell driving for Club 73 with nitro helmets, and Chris Wood driving, of course, for Club 73 with Hive Hill motorcycles. So they're well represented there. And then Ben Hackerson in 13th place with Ben Gregory behind. So two Bens being represented there as well. All closing up under braking, but I don't think there's going to be any moves. Saying that, Chris Wood having a little bit of a look there into the start of the roller coaster section, but no way through between those guys.
Really is a difficult place to make the move stick into that roller coaster section. Sam Reed into the tyre barrier. He's had an issue into roller coaster. I do believe he's missed his braking there, and yeah, he's gone into it. He's gone in a little bit too hot, missed the corner, gone over the grass, and once again on that grass on the outside, there's no stopping the car, and that's it. He's in the wall. He's back up and running. But Chris Wood losing the position there to Ben Hackerson then. Hackerson though and Wood side by side still trying to get that position as Hackerson, and he's got in front there, so it's cleared. Chris Wood now has Ben Hackerson, the privateer, this season. But, well, Adam, you know, Chris Wood is coming under pressure from the other Ben now, Ben Gregory in that GVR car. Yeah,
Hackerson forcing his way through the field now, and Gregory it might sense an opportunity here. Poor Sam Reed, that just caps off what's been an awful first race for him tonight. But yeah, Scott Malcolm, sorry, Stuart McFadden leading these guys around. And yeah, Gregory might sense an opportunity if he can get a good run through the S's. Battle going on between Michael Hall and Lewis Bibby. This battle mixed as well with Alex Everett and Matt Bunn. Two CQR cars involved here, and they're all very close going through the Oak Tree bend.
Yeah, the only two CQR cars in the field as well. Don't forget that. As well, they go down the back straight once again. The leaders are still as they were a few laps ago. We've got 9 minutes remaining in this race. It is Diogo Moro in the lead with Euron Kaiser second. Here comes Alex Everett now, making the move. Oh, well, he's making a look on Matt Bunn there. as I say, it's so difficult because it all merges into one line there through that little left-hand kink before you get to the tight right-hander. But the car's going side by side behind. That's Stuart McFadden. Oh, a little bit of contact there from Clinton Bell. McFadden went sideways, and Bell, well, he lost the position on the last lap, and Hackerson is off into the grass. Will he keep it out the wall? Yes, he will. So is McFadden in the grass. They both lose positions. Max Wright and Andrew Whitehead come through past Ben Hackerson. Hackerson finally getting back on the track, but so difficult. And Everett and Bunn. Everett and Bunn, look at this now. They're side by side. Bunn trying to get the better exit, but Everett's got the inside line, Adam.
See if they can run side by side through a corner. It didn't work between McFadden and Bell, did it? And Hackerson, sorry, around the outside goes the CQR car, so it looks like he's going to be able to hold on to his position. But now Michael Hall fancies the opportunity to look up the inside of Everett. Gregory and Wood are also going at it in the background. Gregory up the inside, and I don't know whether that was just a little bit of contact there with Chris Wood, but Gregory is through into 11th place as well.
Yep, so Gregory holds on to that position, but Alex Everett all over the back of Matt Bunn as they head into the S's here. It's not an overtaking opportunity through here, but you can set cars up to make that move a little bit later in the lap. And, well, Everett just running through South Bend, over the curb on the right-hand side there, and then into these two right-handers here. The first one a little bit faster than the second. Oak Tree through underneath that Oak Tree they go now, and down the back straight, and it looks like Matt Bunn just got a little bit of a better exit there through Oak Tree, but now Alex Everett has got that slipstream, he's got that draft, he's trying to pull up towards him, but I don't think he's quite close enough. We're just seeing how, if you can get a good exit, if you're the car in front, you can manage to just keep it ahead as they go into the roller coaster section again. And again, Alex Everett struggling to get that car stopped, but just manages to do because there's Michael Hall right behind, ready to pounce.
Yeah, it's a big fear that whenever I race a Virginia International Raceway, someone's just going to clatter into you from behind. It's so easy to miss your braking point there, and they're cutting it fine, these guys in the Kia Club Series. Over line we go to start lap 8 of the race. Everett closing up again onto the back of Matt Bunn. See if he can throw it up the inside. Everett seems to be good on the brakes. Bunn covering the inside line though into turn 1.
Yeah, he certainly is. We're going to have to keep...
He's overshot it.
Yeah, he's overshot it. He got late on the brakes. A little bit of rubbing there between him, and Everett should have the run out of that corner. Yes, he does.
Oh, no.
Oh, and a little bit of contact there, and Everett's off. Alex Everett, will he keep it out the wall? As we were saying, a lot of grass run off here, but once you get on that grass, it's so slippery. You can't stop that car, but he manages to keep going. And, well, Piers Pryor, Michael Hall and Lewis Bibby get past there. Worth noting, Piers Pryor joined into that battle there, so he's able to work through up to 7th place, and he's got Michael Hall right in front of him. We'll look forward as well, because Pete Newman and Adam Hadfield, they've got closer to Jeroen and to Diogo as well. So the two leaders, they're not out the woods here yet. They're still under pressure, and Hadfield now putting the pressure on Jeroen Kaiser as they head into Oak Tree.
Yeah, Diogo Mel's got a relatively comfortable 6/10 of a second lead, but yeah, Jeroen Kaiser might need to start getting a bit worried about Adam Hadfield and Pete Newman. They're all lapping very similar times. I think we might have just had a problem for Ben Hackerson.
Yep.
He's just all of a sudden disappeared off the timing screen.
He's got a blown engine, that's what it is.
What it is.
He actually nearly ended up on the back straight after going off at South Bend. So
I wonder why he got promoted all the way up those many positions. But yeah, problems for Hackerson there.
Yeah, the front four are covered by a 1.5 seconds here, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. We'll be keeping an eye on the battle as well with Bunn and Hall, the teammates, CQR teammates, and Bunn just running wide through the exit of Hogpen. And look at this, Piers Pryor now putting the pressure on Michael Hall. He's got a better run at the corner. You do feel that maybe he's looked after his tyres a little bit better because he's trying to go around the outside here. He's looking to the outside. Not going to do it for the time being. Hall covering that inside line, late on the brakes. Will he miss his braking like Bunn did last lap? No, he won't. He manages to keep ahead. So for the time being, it is Hall from Pryor with Lewis Bibby just waiting, eagerly waiting for something to happen there.
Yeah, something could happen in this quartet in the not too distant future. 2 CQRs, the only 2 CQRs in the field, leading the rest of them around. Here's Pryor, Lewis Bibby senses an opportunity. He just closed up a little bit there through the opening complex of corners. And yeah, this battle's going to go down to the wire, I think. Final 4 minutes of racing. Not too many laps left due to the long nature of the circuit. And also Pete Newman is off.
Yeah, I was about
But he's
to
on
mention.
again.
Yeah, he's going to have a slowdown penalty for that, surely. So Hadfield can just breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief and collect himself and get back forward. But Newman, actually, if he did have a slowdown penalty, he served it and he's right on the back of Hadfield again. That's it's quite incredible driving from Newman if he did get a slowdown penalty at all, which he should have done, really.
Yeah, Hadfield just went a little bit wide through the exit of the S's, but I don't think that would have been enough to limit a deficit to this extent. Sorry, as Newman's closing in through the slipstream into the roller coaster section, not close enough just yet, but he is definitely on the back of Adam Hadfield. When we get to the line, we'll just have under 3 minutes of racing to go, so could have possibly even 3 laps of left of this race.
There'll be 2 laps in this one, possibly, as Diogo Melro is going to come across the line here with... Oh, there's Club 73 cars going slowly into the pit lane. That's Sam Reed, so big issues for Sam there. But Diogo across the line then, 2 minutes 45 remaining in this one. So I would have thought 2 laps remaining in this race, and he's got a 9/10 of a second lead over Jeroen Kaiser, his Team Mad teammate. And, well... Adam Hadfield, as we say, in 3rd place, doing a good job so far is Hadfield in that Radical Racing UK car, and then Pete Newman in his Club 73 with Hive Hill Motorcycles car in that 4th place for the time being. Those 4 still they're pretty close between Hadfield, Jeroen, Kaiser and Pete Newman, but not able to make any moves so far, so difficult to overtake around here. It appears that another man who's struggling to get past his teammate is Michael Hall. He's practically pushing him along the track here.
Yeah, Michael Hall wants by, but of course Matt Bunn is the one with the better championship position. And going through the S's Benz, let's see if anything can be done. We saw this at Oran Park last week, of course. The first race, it was very hard to overtake, and then by the time we got to race 2, the drivers just used the battering ram, I think, to get past cars in the end. So here comes Hall up to the top of the hill into the Oak Tree Bend. Round the outside, he's going to try and go there. That's brave. That's a bit risky, because here comes Piers Pryor, and they're going to go 2 by 2 down the straight.
I'll tell you what, he's on the gun and done it as well. He gets the better run, he gets on the power earlier. He gets on the power earlier with that run around the outside there, so he's carrying more speed. But here comes Piers Pryor now, trying to make the move on Matt Bunn. Matt Bunn's trying to make the move. They're almost going 3 wide down the back straight there. Bunn looking to instantly get his place back, and Pryor late on the brakes, a little bit too late possibly. No, he just gets it stopped in time for the roller coaster. And Bunn and Pryor side by side, with Solcast not able to do that earlier, but they sort each other out, and Bunn, well, he only loses 1 place there. It could have been a whole heap more there.
God, I thought that was going to be contact then between the 3 of those, and Matt Bunn puts 2 wheels onto the curb. That's just going to slow him down even more, and that's going to allow Piers Pryor through up the inside before we even get to turn 1. Lewis Bibby might sense an opportunity to go up the inside as well here on the final lap of the race.
Yeah, absolutely. Final lap then, and these guys still squabbling over these positions. A lot of bit of bumping your way through, try and get it through, and that's what Lewis Bibby, Adam Hadfield and sorry, it's Lewis Bibby. Yeah, I'm looking forward as well, because Adam Hadfield and Pete Newman's got a big gap now all of a sudden, so Newman must have had a few issues on that last lap. But yeah, Bibby up ahead of Matt Bunn. And do you know what? You know, they said that the teammates and Matt Bunn does have the slightly better championship run, but to be honest, I don't think Michael Hall would take too much thought into that, because he's fighting for the championship as well. And that's exactly what he's done. He's forced his teammate down positions, so yeah, certainly big changes there. Ian Roskell's having more issues. He's run wide at turn 1, and David White goes through him, so up to 23rd for David White into a possible reverse grid position. But look at this now, Melro, Kaiser and Hadfield all together. This is the final lap, don't forget, so going down the back straight for the final time. And I just don't think that Hadfield is quite close enough to make a move on your own, and if he brakes too late, he could end up wiping out the 2 cars in front of him. But over the top of the crest there, downhill, and then you go back uphill. It's an uphill braking zone, so you can brake a little bit later into this left and then right, and then a couple double lefts, and then to the final right. And do you know what? Melrose going to hold on to this win. and it's going to be a great 1-2 for Team Mad here. Melrose and Kaiser running through that final corner now, and it's going to be Diogo Melrose taking another Race 1 victory in Season 5 of the Club Series. And Jeroen Kaiser's teammate in second place, Adam Hadfield in third. Great drive from them. Pete Newman in fourth. Michael Hall manages to make the place. Piers Pryor.
No.
Has he just lost the position there,
Yeah.
Piers Pryor? He has. Lewis Bibby then pipping him at the post ahead of Piers Pryor, and Matt Bunn in 8th place. Clinton Bell also finished in 10th place, only just behind Alex Everett, who finished 9th. Looking down your order, Stephen Baxter running really close here to Lyndon Swaby as they go through the final part of the lap. Just going to come across the line. It's going to be a little bit too late for Stephen Baxter to make a move, so he doesn't make the place up there. And, well, the man who's had all the bad luck here, Ian Roskell, he's run across the line now, down to 24th place. Where did he start? He started in 9th place, so an absolute nightmare for Ian Roskell. But I'll tell you what, it wasn't a nightmare for Diogo Melrose today.
No, led every single lap away from the line, and yeah, another race win for him, and a 1-2 for Team Mad as well, so that will help them in their fights for the Teams Championship. Of course, CQR leading the way there, and Team Mad 192 points behind. CQR finished in 5th and 8th, so a 1-2 for those for Melrose and Kaiser will definitely help them close in that deficit. Andrew Woodhouse just coming across the line now in 31st place. Crucial because he could be on reverse grid pole, and Jim Flanagan in 32nd, which was of course the last position available for the reverse grid as well.
Yeah, just the last few cars going across the line. Neil Rocks will be the last one across the line, will he? Well, there is a Rob Graham, unless I spotted Rob Graham there, coming across the line behind him. So they go across the line now, so they have all finished. So Adam, why don't you take us through then the final standings for race 1 tonight?
The top three separated by less than a second. Diogo Melrose takes the win, Jeroen Kaiser second, and Adam Hadfield third. Fourth for Pete Newman, he dropped back in the end of the, towards the end of the race. Fifth for Michael Hall, with Lewis Bibby in sixth. Was Piers Pryor letting Lewis Bibby through? It certainly looked like it for me anyway. Lewis Bibby finishing in sixth, with Piers Pryor in seventh. Eighth Matt Bunn, ninth Alex Everett, and 10th for Clinton Bell. 11th for Ben Gregory, with Chris Wood in 12th. Andrew Whitehead fighting through from 20th to 13th, a gain of 7 spots for him. Max Wright finishing in 14th. 15th Stuart McFadden. 16th Tristan Bodis, up 11 spots for him. So good race there by Bodis. Of course, second in the Tier 2 standings, and wants to gain as many points as he can on Scott Malcolm. Done so there. James Leggett in 17th place, with Dan Blake in 8th. Scott Malcolm also gaining 19 positions, the Tier 2 leader, limiting the advantage Tristan Bodis had over him. Lyndon Swaby finishing in 20th, with Stephen Baxter in 21st. Mark Woodhouse 22nd, Dave White in 23rd, Ian Roskell 24th, Dale Green 25th. Chris Sherburn in 26th place, up 10 positions for him. Jason Rowe and Sean Gardner not having a good race. Jason Rowe down 6 positions, and Sean Gardner going wide in down 16 positions and finishing in 28th. Bill DeCare in 29th, for Ben Warburton in 30th. Warburton's teammate Andrew Woodhouse got hit by Perry Warburton and finished in 31st. Jim Flanagan 32nd, John Roberts 33rd, and then Rob Graham in 34th. Perry Warburton, after hitting Andrew Woodhouse, finished in the pits in 35th, and he was 1 lap down. 36th, Neil Rocks, and the non-classified drivers, Sam Reed 3 laps down, Ben Hackerson with that blown engine 4 laps down, and Alan Brown and Ethan McCulkin both involved in issues at the start of the race.
Yeah, so that is the results then of round 13 of the championship. Well, heading into round 14, of course, it is the reverse grid that we can look forward to. 21 down to 32, so who are the runners and riders for that one?
Okay, 21 to 32, and these are the drivers that are eligible. Stephen Baxter, Mark Woodhouse, Dave White, Ian Roskell, Dale Green, Christopher Sherburn, Jason Rowe, Sean Gardner, Bill DeCare, Ben Warburton, Andrew Woodhouse, and Jim Flanagan. Now, we'll hand over to Samuli Kumo, our man on the cameras, and we'll find out who is going to be on pole position for this second race of the evening.
So we'll just wait for that wheel to spin, and we will get the answer. 25.
Relatively small one then. Dale Green gets reversed onto pole position Ian Roskell will start second, Dave White third, Mark Woodhouse fourth, and Stephen Baxter will start in fifth.
Absolutely. So that is the front of the grid for the second race of the evening. Of course, that will be coming up shortly here on Apex Racing TV and on iRacing Live as well. Don't forget also, coming up on Thursday evening, it is the final round of the BSR TC Pro Series here on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live. It's going to be an absolutely thrilling contest. All championships are still wide open, so anyone can still win it. It's 4 races around the road course at Daytona International Raceway, so look forward to that one. But stay tuned for the second race, which will be coming up shortly here on Apex Racing TV.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Truex in the outside, contact made. 56 slides it at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
Welcome back to rounds 13 and 14 of the Club Series, Season 5, here on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live. Paul Smith, Adam Bath with you in the commentary booth, with Samuli Kumo on the cameras for you as always. And well, that first race, Adam, there wasn't the fast frenetic racing that we're used to seeing. It was a different type of racing. It was a bit more thought out, a little bit more methodical with some of the moves. There was a little occasional knockabout here and there, but generally, that it was tough for people to get overtake there.
Yeah, we were both saying off air that we thought the slipstream would be a bit more of have a bit more of an effect than it did. You really got to be right onto the back of a car going through Oak Tree Bend to get it done. But race 2 is always completely different to race 1 most of the time, so we'll see if this reverse grid can throw up the usual excitement, just like what we saw at Oran Park last week.
I was about to mention, last week Oran Park we saw a relatively quiet first race, then the second race just all hell broke loose. I think with the nature of this track though, you're not going to quite have that chaotic sort of feel to it, because Oran Park was a very sort of tight and twisty circuit, whereas this one a lot more open as this one.
Yeah, and there wasn't really much room for manoeuvre either, so cars were getting bounced back into the track, into the face of other cars, and and walls were surrounding most of it as well, so we saw cars flipping over and doing everything. I think the most we're going to see today is cars skating all over that grass, the grass that surrounds this circuit, and hitting those tyre walls that most of the cars get stuck in. Yeah,
certainly they do. So heading into the last minute of the warm-up that the drivers have, just to acclimatise themselves, of course. Slightly different conditions. It is late afternoon conditions here, so track temperature. Last race it was 97 degrees. This race, though, only 82 degrees, so a lot cooler, the track. So that'll help with the tyre wear, so people should be able to have their tyres last a lot longer in this one, and should be able to attack a lot harder, a lot longer.
Yeah, track temperature in race 1 was 37 degrees Celsius. It's 28 degrees now, and the weather partly cloudy here in Virginia, and the air temperature 23 degrees. So the drivers won't have to worry about the tyres too much for this second race, but we'll see what they'll be able to do. Also, I don't know if this will have an effect on the slipstream at all. I don't know whether the wind's changed at all, so we could see something different in this second race.
Yeah, certainly could see something different, and definitely, these drivers are gonna have to maybe force a few more moves here in this one for those drivers. Relatively slow, small reverse grid as well, so those guys who finished at the front that first race really going to work their way through. But Adam, why don't you take us through then that starting grid?
Okay, let's have a look at the grid then for the second race of the evening. On the pole position it is Dale Green, Ian Roskell second, third for David White, Mark Woodhouse in fourth, fifth Stephen Baxter, sixth Lyndon Swaby, Scott Malcolm in seventh, Dan Blake eighth, James Leggett ninth, and Tristan Bonnis rounds out the top 10. Stuart McFadden is in 11th, Max Wright 12th, Andrew Whitehead 13th, Chris Wood 14th, 15th Ben Gregory, 16th Clinton Bell, 17th Matt Bunn, 18th Piers Pryor, 19th Lewis Bibby, and 20th Michael Hall. 21st Pete Newman, 22nd Adam Hadfield, 23rd Jerome Kaiser, 24th our race 1 winner Diogo Melro, Chris Sherburn in 25th, Jason Rowe in 26th, Sean Gardner 27th, Bill DeCare 28th, 29th Ben Warburton, 30th Andrew Woodhouse, Rob Graham 31st, 32nd Perry Warburton, 33rd Neil Rocks, Sam Reed 34th, Ben Hackerson 35th. Back of the grid penalties we've got Jim Flanagan, Alex Everett and John Roberts will be starting in 38th.
Yeah, so 2 cars not taken to the grid this time around, but we're all set then for the start of this one, and it is another 20 minutes round here. Dale Green on that pole position. It's he's not used to that position, so here we go then. 20 minutes in the Club Series. The green light goes on and away we go once again. It's a good getaway from Dale Green on pole position. Ian Roskell having a pretty tardy start to this one. So Dale is going to get out in the lead, and Stephen Baxter straight away looking to try and make moves and getting into the back there of David White. And will everyone make it through that first corner? There's a couple of cars running wide. Lyndon Swaby is one of those. cars. He's trying to get back onto the track, but so difficult with such a big pack running through here. But at the front now, it is actually Ian Roskell who's made it past Dale Green into the lead here. Green is in second place, and look at this now, battle for third, and it's Mark Woodhouse who's just going to get ahead of David White, who's lost control into David White there. They both managed to keep it on there, and this big crash here. It's a huge crash. Will everyone make it through? And well, there's cars left, right and centre. Ben Hackerson's gone flying off to the side of the track, and well, everybody does actually manage to keep going through. So Matt Woodhouse big problems for him. He's down there, but Ian Roskell way out in the lead already, ahead of Dale Green, who's in second place, and in third place, James Leggett. Talk about fortune favours the brave, with David White, who's caught up earlier on, in fourth place. Stephen Baxter now in fifth place as they go down the back straight.
Oh, well, Sam Reed, just to cap off what's been an awful evening, he's out of the race, he's back in the pits. Piers Pryor was off in turn one, I don't know whether he survived it, but side by side down the straight we've got Andrew Whitehead and Pete Newman. They're going to go at it into the roller coaster section at the end of the straight. Is Whitehead going to have a look at the inside? Just not enough of under braking to get past Pete Newman, but battle's starting to form already.
I'll tell you who's made some moves already. Michael Hall and Matt Bunn have moved through the field, so does Pete Newman. Diogo Melrose down in 20th place, although he's trying to battle with Clinton Bell, but Bell is out there in front of him. But as we are then across the line, it is Roskell ahead of Leggett, Dale Green in third with Stephen Baxter now in fourth. David White is in fifth place, and then there's a little bit of a gap back to Pete Newman, and Matt Bunn going down the inside of Andrew Whitehead for that position. So Bunn up to 7th place ahead of Whitehead, who's in 8th. Adam Hadfield 9th with Ben Gregory in that 10th place. Jeroen Kaiser 11th. Max Wright is in 12th. So big movers there. Diogo Melro then 14th at the moment. And, well, he's a number of positions behind Matt Bunn. Matt Bunn needs to make hay while the sun shines here, because he needs as many places as possible for his championship run.
Yeah, Matt Bunn in 7th place, a gain of 10 spots. Diogo Melrose also gained 10 positions away from the line. However, he's down in 14th place. So at the moment, Matt Bunn, he'll be hoping to get as many points as he can. Side by side between Andrew Whitehead almost and Adam Hadfield going through the S's bends. Whitehead getting close there. Under pressure from Hadfield. Something going on.
Little slide there from our pole sitter Dale Green, and Stephen Baxter says thank you very much. I don't need asking twice to make the move. He goes through. David White. No. Contact with Pete Newman. Matt Bunn's caught up in that one as well. Can David get out the way? Yes, he does. Oh, I thought there was going to be another oncoming car then. But Matt Bunn got caught up in that one. He's still in 7th place, but Andrew Whitehead, the man who he overtook on the last lap, has got back ahead of the Bunn. He's going to look into the roller coaster once again on this lap. Lap 2 here, late on the brakes, but Whitehead this time is going to hold on to that position for the time being.
Yeah, so Matt Bunn getting involved in the action here. And yeah, well done by Dave White to turn around and go the other way. I thought for a brief moment he was going to turn back into the oncoming pack. But, off in front, Stephen Baxter. Baxter, who was in 4th place, is going to lose position to Dale Green, and Pete Newman also through. So he's down to 5th, and Andrew Whitehead and Matt Bunn might also fancy their chances as well. In fact, they do.
That's Bunn pulling out from behind Whitehead, and that's caught into Stephen Baxter, as there's got cars coming up the pits as well. And Whitehead runs deep. Adam Hadfield comes through on Matt Bunn, but Bunn gets the move back on the exit of turn 1. And it's all carnage here. It's almost not quite as bad as last week, but there's still plenty of action going on, and Stephen Baxter still can't get back on the track. And you know what? I think he'll feel aggrieved about that one from Bunn.
He rejoined the circuit, Paul, and he hit Diogo Melro. I went straight back off it again. So poor Stephen Baxter is now down in, looking at him now, he's down in 22nd place.
We've got Ian Roskell. He's 4.9 seconds ahead of James Leggett at the moment. So Roskell is trying to pull out a gap while he can. Of course, the previous race winner in the club series is Ian, and Matt Bunn runs wide further back there behind Adam Hadfield. Pete Newman now up into 3rd ahead of Dale Green. Dale Green, our pole sitter, down to 4th place for him. You'll be hoping not to get Freight Train down the order, but it's so easy to get that done when you've got these big queues of cars coming through here, Adam.
And it's very dangerous as well, that pit lane exit, because you can't, it all filters down into that racing line, and that's why we saw such action there on the previous lap. Matt Bunn closing back on the braking onto the back of Adam Hadfield, trying to get by here, but Andrew Whitehead slowly pulling away from these two while they battle. See if Matt Bunn can get a good run through the final corner. It's about to start lap 4 of the race.
Andrew Woodhouse.
Problem Woodhouse, yeah.
Yeah, and he's coming back onto the track. Luckily, avoids everyone, but Lyndon Swaby was involved in that one as well. And
he was up the inside of Jason Rowe, and I think he missed his braking point and went straight across. Thankfully, not collecting anyone else, but Woodhouse back on his way again.
Andrew Whitehead, Dale Green just runs wide in turn 1, he keeps it on track, but Whitehead is going to take this opportunity to try and get up into that 4th place. They're side by side going into NASCAR turn, and they got it. So Andrew Whitehead moves up, and here comes the freight train now, because Adam Hadfield is the next one through. Next one in the queue, Ben Gregory is involved there. Matt Bunn sideways. It's all carnage, all chaos over the back, and Diogo Melro, he's caught up to this pack, and he's saying thank you very much. I'm catching up to my championship rival. Other championship rival, Michael Hall, has actually been in the pits in this race as well, so he's down in 29th as Matt Bunn makes it past Ben Gregory there.
What's going on here between Hadfield and that's it for Whitehead. He's disqualified. They were rubbing through the S's, and it was one rub too much, and yeah, out of the race is Andrew Whitehead.
Dan Blake is going to have to be careful. He's only got 1 instant to play with just under 13 minutes remaining in this race. Ben Gregory's hit the wall on the entry into Oak Corner, and people getting caught up in that. Jeroen Kaiser was one of them. He's got major damage there. He's crabbing down the back straight there. Look at that, Kaiser. How's he hanging on to that? Also involved in that was Clinton Bell as well.
Plenty of cars involved then. Gaggle of cars. Kaiser's got cars crabbing appallingly for Kaiser, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's got a meatball flag there. He's struggling to slow the car down, and he just makes the corner. But yeah, problems for him.
Yeah, certainly big issues for him and for Clinton Bell, who's dropping back as well. So getting caught up in that instant at Oak Tree, but across the line for another lap here. We're starting lap 5 here. Ian Roskell then on 12 minutes remaining, 5.7 seconds ahead of James Leggett, who's in 2nd place as Jeroen Kaiser comes into the pit, so he's getting that fixed. Pete Newman is in 3rd. He's not really catching up to James Leggett, actually. His last lap was slower than Leggett, so Leggett has got a 2-second gap between him and Pete Newman. Adam Hadfield in 4th place ahead of Matt Bunn, half a second between those two. And then you've got Dale Green, our pole sitter, in 6th. Ben Gregory in 7th with Diogo Melro right behind him in 8th place. And those two battling away with Max Wright in 9th and Sean Gardner rounding out the top 10.
Well, this reverse grid's been no problem at all for Pete Newman. Did he finish 4th in race 1? And now he's already up into 3rd place. And Ben Gregory and Diogo Melro, this might be another battle to watch here. Gregory in 7th place, up 8 positions for him since the start of the race. Diogo Melro up 16, and Diogo Melro is only a few spots away from catching up to his championship rival Matt Bunn. Let's see if he can set up Gregory through this right-hander, and onto the straight he goes. Melro's got a relatively good run here, so we'll see if he can get the position into the roller coaster section.
Yeah, Melro, he's got the speed there, he's got the slipstream, he's going to look out to the right. He's also got a clean car compared to Ben Gregory. They get a little bit close there, almost rubbing doors as they go down the back straight there. But Melro it is who goes through, so using that slipstream, he was close enough to make it work. On the brakes, they just make it. And Bunn, what's happened to Bunn? He's all over the place here.
Yeah, he's having a bit of contact with Hadfield going through the beginning of the roller coaster section and got forced off there. So that was another battle that was going on. Adam Hadfield remains in that 4th place, but yeah, Melro up to 7th place.
We have lost Dan Blake, by the way. He did get disqualified from the race. Matt Bunn's got to be careful. He's on 10 instants. Ben Gregory and Piers Pryor both on 11 instants. So they're really struggling. They've got to make sure that they make it end here. And still with half the race to go, with what's been happening here, Adam, they could quite easily be out this one, but if they're not too careful, just one little wheel off of the track and that's it.
Yeah, this circuit at Virginia International Raceway surrounded by grass, and if you just put a little wheel off, that's an off track, and we have an incident limit of 12 as Diogo Melro goes up the inside of Dale Green. That is position gained number 18. And that is Melrose through into 6th place. Now he's only 1 spot behind Bunn. A few laps ago, he was about 10 spots behind.
Yeah, he certainly has been working his way through this field. You know, people who say you can't overtake around here, well, Diogo's showing that you can. Okay, a little bit fortunate with that incident on the opening lap there. But, well, you've got to be in it to win it as, well, Hadfield and Bunn were sliding through that southern bend, south bend, and into Oak Tree. And Bunn, a little bit of contact. I think he's trying to get Hadfield to hurry up here because all he can see in his mirrors now that Diogo Melrose is behind him, and he's been running a little bit quicker than Bunn as well.
Yeah, last time around, Diogo Melrose 153.5, 154.3 for Bunn. Of course, Bunn had that off-track excursion whilst battling with this man, Adam Hadfield, up to the top of the hill into the roller coaster section. Hadfield, does he make the corner? Yes, he does. Missed the apex by just a little bit, and Matt Bunn now squaring all over the back of the Hadfield car, going through left, right, this quick flick to end the lap and onto the front straight, see if Bunn can get it done this time. We've got 8.5 minutes to go, starting lap 7 of the race.
Well, while we've been focusing all the way, all the action that's been going on here, Pete Newman has made it past James Leggett into 2nd place, but Pete is 6.6 seconds behind race leader Ian Roskell. So Roskell is clear at the moment, and he must be feeling confident of a race win here. Lewis Bibbitt is putting pressure on Sean Gardner here, going in towards turn 1. He's looking to take the wide line into turn 1. Gardner hugging that inside line. A little bit of cut across, and Bibbitt, almost rear quad panelled him. Alex Simpson's favourite thing there, the rear, good old-fashioned rear quad panel, but able to carry on. Nobody turned around, but you've got a small gaggle of cars here. Dale Green is, I hate to say it, but he is holding up Ben Gregory, Max Wright and Sean Gardner and Lewis Bibbitt here.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Paul, and yeah, it's going to be a massive time before these guys get through. Of course, Ben Gregory, quick driver, Max Wright in that Automac livery car, and going through the S's bends. We'll see if Gregory can make his move in the next few corners or so. Dale Green started on the pole position, still doing relatively well for himself, up inside the top 10. Doesn't get the best run through there.
And Sean
Gardner.
Yeah, he got a little bit of assistance there, shall we say, from Lewis Bibbitt as Gregory going down the inside of Oak Tree, and here comes Max Wright now to follow through, and Lewis Bibbitt is hot on the scene here. He's trying to gain another position here as they come down the back straightaway now. And Max Wright, well, he's actually giving Dale Green, the man who he just overtook, a little bit of a slipstream there, but Lewis Bibbitt now goes through. So Lewis, he's going to look to the inside, in towards the roller coaster, and Lewis Bibbitt, late on the brakes, brave braking there. Does he get the car stopped? Yes, he does. Fantastic overtake there from Lewis Bibbitt.
Great outfoxing. Max right behind later on the brakes, and he was able to just squeeze it up the inside there at the end of the long straight, and that is Lewis Bibbitt up 11 positions now into 8th place. Tell you what, cars that started inside the top 10, we haven't got too many of them left. The fast guys storming their way through the field in his second race.
Yeah, they certainly are. Lewis Bibbitt now trying to make the move on Ben Gregory. Gregory does have a little bit of damage on the front of his car, so he's going to be impeded a little bit with his top speed. And, well, Gregory able to hold on. He is a bit more experienced than Bibbitt in the Kia. Of course, he used to run in the Pro Series back in the day, and he used to use a controller for that. But Lewis Bibbitt's desperate to get past Ben Gregory here, but Gregory's got to be careful, and there's contact between them.
That's
and
disqualification.
Gregory is out. He's disqualified. Lewis Bibbitt runs out wide. He's dropped behind Dale Green. He's got Rob Graham catching up to him here, but he's dropped down to 10th place. But yeah, Gregory out the race, disqualified. That's him done. Matt Bunn still not able to get past Adam Hadfield here. Diogo Melrose caught up a second in these last couple of laps.
Yeah, last time around, 53 again for Diogo Melrose. 6/10 of a second quicker than Matt Bunn's last lap time. 1 minute 54.0. So Melrose could be with them in the next few laps or so. He is getting a bit closer, but he hasn't got the help of that slipstream down this straight, and that's what might be helping out Matt Bunn and Adam Hadfield. We've lost Lyndon Swaby on this lap as well.
He was parked across the entrance to Oak Tree, actually. He's got back up and running again, but there were cars bearing down on him. Luckily, he got out of the way there, because that could have been a whole whole world of pain for many drivers coming through there as car 108, David White goes past, and they're going to go 3 wide here. John Roberts going past the both of them there.
Yeah, Lyndon Swaby lost on his own, still not over here. Dave White might try and throw it up the inside, but John Roberts, who started at the back of the grid in 38th place. And Lewis Bibby's gone now, so is that another disqualification?
Yep.
It is. And it was an off track, a simple off track through the final corner, slid wide, and that put pay to his race.
Yeah, so we're starting to lose drivers now. Have been maybe a little bit forceful and using and abusing the track and the cars around them. And well, one man who is struggling with 1 instant point remaining is of course Matt Bunn, and he's pushing those track limits to the absolute limit there. He was almost cutting across the grass there on through turns 5 and 6. As we go through the S's now, you've got to be so careful because it is easy to pick up a one off track, and Bunn, you can see he's compromising his line through there just to make sure that he doesn't pick up that little incident. But Hadfield, he won't mind that. He's managing to stay ahead in 4th place. James Leggett hasn't given up on that 2nd place, by the way. He's 8/10 of a second. Well, no, he's just gone to a 2nd now behind Pete Newman. But certainly he's not giving up on that 2nd place, though, is Leggett.
He's not. Last time around 154.6, 53.6 by Leggett, a second quicker on the last lap. We could be seeing the effects of tyre wear here. Pete Newman, of course, had a very busy race, up 19 positions. So we could be seeing that. I don't know, we might have lost Stephen Baxter as well to disqualification on this lap. I saw him earlier on in the lap, he was off the track whilst passing away with Andrew Woodhouse. And yeah, going through the Oak Tree Bend, he picks up an off track just there on the exit, putting 2 wheels over the onto the grass, and that is the end of his race as well. He was in 13th at the time.
Tristan Bodice has made it past Perry Warburton on this lap, and we've got Michael Hall side by side with Neil Rocks going down the back straight, and Perry Warburton is trying to get the place back from Tristan Bodice in front, and Warburton gets the job done there, and Michael Hall also gets the job done on Neil Rocks, so that's a change of position for them. Lyndon Swaby's in the wall, so he's having a nightmare today for him. And well, Sean Gardner now, he is right on the tail there of Max Wright coming through turn 1 now. So that is a battle for 7th and 8th at the moment, and so far they're able to carry on here, and they're pushing hard. We have lost Piers Pryor, by the way, to disqualification as well. So a number of drivers, Andrew Whitehead as well, a number of drivers that are getting disqualified here. I will say a few of them probably getting caught up in that first lap incident.
Yeah, the list is starting to grow, and we could be seeing plenty more before the end of the race.
David White's off. He's back on the... He's taken a trip to the grass there, so he's lost a ton of positions. He's down to 16th now. Just 1 position, actually, he's lost on that lap. So Chris Sherburn it is who's made it through, and he's got Michael Hall bearing down on him, who's got slightly fresher tyres as well, because he has had a pit stop for repairs.
Yeah, he has, and behind him he's got Warburton and Tristan Bodice. And Warburton, who's got a severe amount of rear damage to his Kia Optima there, doing well in 18th place after that contact, of course, with Andrew Woodhouse earlier on. Woodhouse, incidentally, up in 12th place, gain of 18 positions for him.
We've got a pack of 3 cars. It's Wright, it's Gardner, and Rob Graham now has caught up to the back of these guys. So Rob Graham really putting the pressure on now, and Sean Gardner is getting the hurry up here, because Graham we saw having a fantastic race last week in the Club Series at Oran Park, unlucky not to finish 2nd in that one, and of course race winner last week in the Pro Series as well. So Rob really running on a high at the moment here, and he's trying to make up 2 more places. His first target is Sean Gardner, and I hope I'm not being literal there in saying that he's a target.
Oh, he nearly was there. Around the outside of the Kunstvoller car goes Rob Graham. Nearly a bit of contact there between those two, but for a brief moment, Graham had that 8th place. I think we've just started the final lap of the race. Indeed, we have. Yeah. So it's going to be now or never for Graham to try and make this move.
Well, Matt Bunn also was getting close, but not close enough, and he's got Diogo Mero actually catching up to him here. So he's getting a bit of a panic on here on this final lap. But Rob Graham it is fighting it out with Sean Gardner And Rob Graham, a privateer in this series here, just running through the S's now. And, well, it's that left, right. Really got to clip the apexes in each one. And through South Bend now, heading towards the Oak Tree. But coming towards the end of the lap is your race leader, Ian Roskell. And well, what can I say? Ian Roskell, absolutely hats off to him. He's had an absolutely fantastic race. He's been out on his own pretty much all race. And Ian is coming through these final 2 corners, and he's about to take another race win here in the Club Series. The GBR Brit Model Look driver is coming through that final corner then, and will take the win in round 14 of the Club Series here on Apex Racing TV. Fantastic run from him. And what's happened further back there?
It's Sean Gardner and Max Wright. Wright is through. I think Gardner was trying to make the move, and now here comes Graham into the final corner. Please don't end in disaster, guys. Oh, that's close, and Gardner's off.
Yep, Gardner running wide over the grass. He's back on. He's lost the position then to Rob Graham at the end there. And so that's down to 9th place then.
Where's Woodhouse going?
Andrew Woodhouse, where is he going? He's doing a bit of rallycross. That's what he's doing there. But he's going to finish the race. That's the main thing. And, well, we've still got Bill the Cat. Oh, no, he was close by with somebody, but he's actually all on his own there is Bill the Cat. Your own Kaiser further down. He's had a bad second race here after finishing second in that first race, down in 23rd, I believe he is. And
we lost Jim Flanagan and Dave White to disqualification, I think, on the final lap of the race.
Yes, we did. Did we? Yes, we did.
So that will mean 24 cars finishing on the lead lap of the race. And Scott Malcolm, I think, will, even though Jim Flanagan and David White got disqualified, I think Scott Malcolm will still finish behind them. So, yeah, those are the finishers.
Yeah, that's the end of the race then. So, Adam, why don't you take us through then?
Ian Roskell takes a dominant win then, started second on the grid and finished in first. Pete Newman, 21st to second, a gain of 19 spots for him. Finishes in second. James Leggett in third. Fourth, Adam Hadfield. Fifth for Matt Bunn. Sixth for Diogo Melrose. So Melrose limits the amount of points that Matt Bunn can close on him going into the next race at Spa. Max Wright finishing in seventh. 8th for Rob Graham, 9th for Sean Gardner, and 10th for Dale Green. Dale Green finishing inside the top 10 means we had 3 cars that started inside the top 10 that finished there. 11th for Jason Rowe, 12th Andrew Woodhouse, despite that little rallycross moment at the end. 13th for John Roberts, a gain of 25 spots after starting in last. I think that's the highest positions gained out of anyone in the field. 14th for Ben Warburton, 15th for Chris Sherburn, Michael Hall finishing in 16th, 17th for Perry Warburton, 18th Tristan Bonis, 19th Neil Rocks, and 20th for Bill DeCare. Jerome Kaiser finishing in 21st, Mark Woodhouse 22nd after starting in 4th, Alex Everett in 23rd with Chris Wood 24th, and then the cars one lap down or more. We had Dave White and Jim Flanagan both disqualified on the final lap of the race. Scott Malcolm a lap down after contact earlier on. Stephen Baxter, Lyndon Swavey, Ben Gregory, Lewis Bibby, Piers Pryor, I believe Clinton Bell as well, all disqualified. Same for Andrew Whitehead. Stuart McFadden 9 laps down along with Dan Blake. Sam Reed and Ben Hackerson both crashed on the opening lap of the race.
Yeah, so that is the final results there for this race. And what we'll do is, first of all, have a chat, because he's been very polite and gone down to the interview room. Adam, why don't you take it away with our colleague, Andrew Woodhouse?
Well, after getting hit by your teammate in race 1, Andrew, I think race 2 was pretty good, up 18 spots and finishing in 12th place.
Yeah, it was a bit flabbergasting, really, because didn't really do anything to get up to 12th place. But no, I mean that's obviously a lot better than the first race, and do have to apologise to Jason for hitting him at the top of the hill. Slightly overdid the braking. Thought I might try and turn it into an overtake, but it was a bit messy. But after that, it was really good. I mean, couldn't get past him. Drove a very good race and put the car everywhere he needed to put it, and yeah, it's just a shame because I think without the damage I might have had a shot at that 7th place, I think.
With cars getting disqualified left, right and centre during that second race, how were the incidents for you?
I had one left, because I went off at the last corner. I don't know if you saw it, but
Oh yeah, we did.
I went off at the last corner. So no, it was 11 again. 11 on the first race, 11 this time. So it wasn't the cleanest meeting, but yeah, 12th is beyond anything I would have imagined, really, considering where we started. And you know, Ben was 14th. He was up 15 spots, and Perry was up 15 spots as well. So it was very good.
Well, next week's Spa, we always talk about how perilous it is when we go there in the Pro Series. This time we're going to be driving in it. Looking forward to that. We're going to be racing at night as well.
Oh, right, okay. It's news to me, that one, but I love okay. I love the track. Don't think I've ever driven it at night in iRacing, so it's going to be interesting. But no, Spa's always a fantastic circuit, and I think if I was going to give us good racing, I do go quite well there generally, and I think the team does as well. I remember Perry got 5th in race 1, I think, last year, maybe season 3, something like that. But yeah, we'll try and do the best we can, and see if we can move forward.
Great. Well, before we let you go, do you want to send a quick shout out to anyone?
Yeah, just to Ben, just to Perry, to Apex Racing UK, St Peters, Leo Bodner, JCL, and you guys as well, because you know you guys are pretty good.
just pretty good.
Well, okay. I mean,
I think winning a race at Bathurst counts as more as pretty good.
Oh, well.
Once again, I am not the one bringing that up, okay? And also, good news for you, Andrew, and for the rest of the grid. The first race is in the daytime at Spa next week, so it's only the second race that's at night.
Right, well, hopefully then. Well, I'm not sure really then what's going to happen, because I'll probably end up getting somewhere near the front of the reverse grid, so I want to be able to see where I'm going. So I don't honestly know how well lit it is. I mean, do either of you two know in the same?
It's not well lit at all. It's basically the pits complexes, and there's a couple of apexes that have got a light on them. That's it.
Right then. Oh,
Good luck.
Well, possibly then we might have as many retirements as we had in race 2 today. So we'll see. No, but I think, in all seriousness, I think a good first race is going to be key in order to probably just get yourself in get some points on the board before it gets dark and before it gets maybe a bit chaotic.
Well, before we let you go, also, we always give Paul this opportunity, but come and plug the Pro Series for us.
Yes.
It's the final race on Thursday.
Yeah. Might as well let me just get my commentating mode on, and I'll just do it. Well, after 6 months of action, it's the final round of the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship this Thursday on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live. Coverage starts from 8:10 p.m. Join myself, Adam, and Alex Simpson for that. And also don't forget, on Saturday at 1:30 GMT, it's round 3 of the iRacing Road Pro Series from Silverstone. There we go.
Brilliant. That was very professional.
Very, very good cheap plugs right there.
Cheap pop never fails, Paul, as you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll let you get off because we've got somebody else waiting for an interview. So thank you very much, Andrew, for hogging the time here. But we'll bring in.
I only take after you, mate.
Absolutely. What we'll do.
Cheers, boys.
Thanks a lot, Andrew. So we'll bring in Scott Malcolm, and Scott. Difficult track here this week. You've run it in the Pro Series as well before. Just talk us through your evening today.
Was not that good, was it? These things happen. I think it's going to be almighty close at the top of these two standings now, I think.
Yeah, so it's certainly going to be interesting with that one. You did finish this second race then a lap down. Did you end up getting caught up in that incident on the first lap, and just talk us through what happened there from your view?
I seen somebody, don't know who it was, but somebody crashed in front of me, and I just slowed right down, and the next thing I know, doing cartwheels, and that was it. But these things happen. I've been pretty lucky the last 3 or 4 weeks, so my luck's probably started to run out, but we'll see what happens.
Oh, that's it. I mean, the thing is, you are sort of contending for the Tier 2 standings. You were in the lead of it going into this week. Just thinking sort of like for the season as a whole, how have you felt going through this season? Has it been a really good season for you so far?
I've kind of surprised myself. I wasn't expecting to be where I am. But after last season, I was just wanting to aim for like a top 5 in the tier 2. But to be sitting top of the tree at this stage of the season is, I'm not used to it. But there's still, 3 meetings left. It's going to be almighty close. I think it's going to go to the last race anyway.
And of course, Spa next week. It's another track that we've raced quite a lot in the Club Series and also in other Kia Series. Just, what are your thoughts on that going into next week?
Do you know, I actually like Spa. I don't usually normally say that about tracks. I usually hate the guts, but I'll just go about my business as usual and aim to get as aim for like top 20 in the first race, and then fingers crossed get the reverse card to then try and get a top 10, and then I'll do me, I think.
Alright, well, before we let you go, anyone you want to give a quick mention to before you head off?
Yeah, just you guys for doing such a great podcast, and the guys for running this league, and the rest of my teammates for keeping me insane. Or sane, sorry.
Well done anyway. You are still at the top of the Tier 2 standings. We'll go through that at the end of the broadcast, but thanks a lot for joining us, Scott.
Cool, thanks, Paul.
Last week the drivers were being shy, Adam. We've got a few people to talk to this week. We'll quickly run through these. So, Adam, why don't you take it away then with Andrew Whitehead?
Oh, Andrew Whitehead, it was going pretty close through the S's Benz there, and it unfortunately ended in disqualification for you. Tell us about your race meeting.
Yeah, you're taking a bit of a chance letting me in here, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm not in control, unfortunately.
We like to live dangerously.
Well, apparently so did I in race 2. It was just one of those unfortunate races. Race 1 went really well for me. I got a sort of average qualifying and dragged myself up to 13th, which I was really, really happy with. And then starting 13th here, unfortunately there was a little bit of melee into turn 1 on lap 1, and then into turn 3 there was a bit more, and then there was the big crashes, the sort of exit into the S's. So by the time I'd got through there I had 8 incident points. So the reality was, although I was in 5th, I couldn't really afford to be rubbing door handles with Adam through the roller coaster, and lo and behold I got the 4X that put me out. So it's just, I felt like I had the pace and I felt like I was racing well, so I wanted to have a go rather than just pull over and let him past, but it just didn't work out very well. Was it just the racing at Virginia, or was it just the track itself that was leading to so many incident points getting racked up? Well, it's a difficult track because it's very, very quick and it's quite narrow, and quite undulating as well. I mean, it's fantastic. It's such a thrill to drive it. It's amazing. But of course, when everybody wants to be in the same piece of tarmac, it does get rather crowded. And if you can make it through those first couple of laps, you're generally all right. But it just didn't work out very well for me. But it's a fantastic track, just very narrow and gets quite congested. Well, next week, Spa then. One of the races also at night. Had much time racing at night in the Kia before? No, I've done Spa in the. I've crawled around in the MX-5. What does that do? About 50 mile an hour. So it's going to be a little bit different in the Kia. I've done some GT3 in the dark round there, so yeah, it's going to be good fun. Great. Before we let you go, do you want to send a quick shout out to anyone? Yeah, thanks to the team. John did a great job tonight. Sat back at the start and was really, really patient, and it came good for him in the end. Wish I'd done the same. Great. Unfortunately on the disqualification, but yeah, we'll see you next week at Spa. Look forward to it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, so that's Andrew Whitehead, and what we'll do is finally bring in a man who made it onto the podium here in this second race, but had a good first race as well, James Leggett from Huntsville Subaru for you. And James, just talk us through your evening. You were up in second place for a time in that second race, but ended up just losing out to Pete Newman there.
Yeah, ran out of talent on that one. Into the first turn, ended up running just under the grass and watched Pete sail by. I knew at that point I wasn't going to catch him again. But yeah, managed to kind of tail him for a bit, and it was a good fun race, that second one.
Well, you started that race in ninth, so you saw the sort of the incidents going on in front of you there at the start there. So you managed to just get fortunate and managed to get your way through, sneak your way through before getting caught up in any shenanigans there at the start.
Yeah, watching the guys ahead kind of bunch up a little bit, and a gap opened up on the inside going into turn one, so I kind of took advantage of that. And then running through towards the S's, the guys ahead had a bit of a tangle between them. There's cars going left, right and centre, so I just kind of picked an angle, nose for it, and managed to make it through alright. Yeah, kind of went off after Ian, but he was long gone. He had the legs on me, but yeah, it was good fun. And
well, so going into next week, we've been mentioning it, Spa. You've got a night race there as well. It's going to be interesting, certainly seeing these Kias go around there at night.
Yeah, Eau Rouge is always fun in these. Yeah, certainly with 40-odd cars nosing through there. The night race especially is going to be good fun because half the track's pitch black. But yeah, quietly calm. I like Spa. I'm not that quick at it, but yeah, I like it. It's it's an alright one.
And just before we let you go, anyone you want to give a quick mention to?
Sean Gardner, teammate, the sponsors Subaru for You and Kunstvoller. There you go. The other racers, Ted, John, and you guys on the broadcast, doing a good job as always.
Well, thanks a lot, James, and well done on the podium today.
Thank you very much, Paul.
So James Leggett there, just having a look at the standings here, Adam. As actually, do you know what? I've just noticed somebody sneaking into the interview room. Before we look at the standings, Adam, take it away, race winner.
Yes, Ian Roskell, that was relatively easy for you in that second race.
I'd like to say that, but the old left leg was going a bit on the grid, I'll tell you that.
Tell us about your race, really, from your perspective. Not much was happening.
No, not in race 2, to be honest. Race 1 I had a bit of a shocker. I went lost it on my own on that last corner, and I tried to get over to the pits, but there was too many cars coming, so I had to do a full lap with a meatball flag. I came back in again, and I think I was down in 35th or something like that. Managed to work my way back up, and reverse grid fell alright for me.
Next week then, Spa-Francorchamps, night race as well. Race the Kia at night at all?
Yeah, I did it last season at Twin Ring, but I haven't done it around Spa yet. I believe it's very dark around there.
Great, and before we let you go, send a quick shout out to anyone.
Yeah, just my teammates, especially Dale, who helped me on that first lap there. You guys for doing the broadcasts, all the admins, and my dad who watches every week.
Great, well done on the race win. Hopefully we might be chatting to you after a race win at one of the other races this season.
Cheers, mate. I doubt it, but hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah, Ian Roskell then, race winner. And so onto the standings here. Looking at this, the lead of the championship now, Diogo Melro, 54 points ahead of Matt Bunn, and Michael Hall. The disaster that he had in that second race there has really cost him, and he's now 124 points behind. So that drivers' championship now really is sort of setting up now for maybe a two-way tussle there, Adam.
Yeah, and considering that Matt Bunn was 24 points behind going into this race meeting, he's definitely lost a lot of ground. However, we always talk about race meetings that will define the season. This one at Spa-Francorchamps is definitely going to be one of them. It's always unpredictable in daylight, but to add a night race into it, and as you've been saying, the Kia Optima lighting isn't really sufficient. But yeah, with hopefully a 40 car grid like we had today, we could be seeing some of the best racing we've had all year.
Certainly, and looking at the Tier 2, that is an absolutely, it's a nail biter, is this one. You've got Scott Malcolm, Tristan Boddice, and Max Wright, all within 15 points there. So it's really going to be a good, really good championship fight there for them.
Yeah, definitely. 12 points between Bottas and 3 points back to Wright. Andrew Woodhouse still in there, 88 points behind. And then, Sean Gardner in 5th, only 103 behind. So, yeah, that one's definitely going to be going all the way to the end.
Yep, and just finally, Teams Championships, it's a little bit closer, but CQR still 153 points ahead, and Automech Academy still running it there in 3rd place, so good running from them. Well, it is end of the broadcast for us today, but of course next week you can join us for all the action from Spa-Francorchamps at 8:30 here on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live. Also, don't forget that there is the BSRTC Pro Series on Thursday evening with coverage starting from 8:10 GMT. You can catch the guys there on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live, and of course there's the Road to Pro Series as well on Saturday afternoon, so round 3 of that. So I know Andrew gave the gratuitous plugs earlier, but I'm doing it again because I can. So anyway, from everybody here, from congratulations to the race winners tonight, and from everybody here, from Paul Smith, from Adam Bath, from Samuli Kumo on the cameras, it's good night.